Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I am FAJAR Al-HAKIM from class 3A English Education Department at the State Islamic University Sultan Syarif Qasim, Riau. On this occasion, I will explain the material ing and the infinitive. Okay, let's go to the video. Number 1. Verb plus ing. A. Definition of verb. Verb is a word that serves to show the action of the subject, indicating events or circumstance. B. Use the suffix ing as a verb. The suffix ing, which is placed at the end of the verb letter, is used in the formation of the sentence, containing continuous or progressive tenses. In other words, sentences containing continuous tenses such as present continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, etc. It contains a verb in the ing or verb-ing form. Look at the word at the table. A. If these verbs are followed by another verb, the structure is usually verb plus ing. Example, stop talking. B. When you are talking about finished action, you can also say having done or having stolen. But it's not necessary to use this form. You can also use the simple ing form for finished action, like he admitted stealing or having stolen the money. C. With some of the verb in this unit, especially admit, deny, regret, and suggest, you can also use a that blah 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 structure. Example, he denied that he had stolen the money or denied stealing. Number 2. Verb plus infinitive. Look at the word at the table. A. If these verbs are followed by another verb, the structure is usually verb plus infinitive. Example, it was late, so we decided to take a taxi home. Note, this example with the negative not to, we decided not to go out because of the weather. With other important verbs, you cannot use the infinitive. For example, think and suggest. Are you thinking of buying a car? B. There is a continuous infinitive, to be doing, and a perfect infinitive, to have done. We use this especially after seem, appear, and pretend. Example, I pretended to be reading. C. Dare. You can say dare to do or dare do without to. Example, I will not dare to ask him, or I will not dare ask him. D. After the following verbs, you can use a question word, what and what, where, how, etc. plus infinitive. Example, ask, decided, now, remember, forget, explain, understand. Also, show, tell, or ask someone what, how, where to do something. Example, can someone show me how to change the film in this camera? Number 3. Verb plus object and infinitive. A. There are two possible structures after these verbs. The first, verb plus infinitive. Example, I asked to see the manager. The second, verb plus object plus infinitive. Example, I asked Tom to help me. B. These verbs have the structure verb plus object plus infinitive. Remind me to call Anne tomorrow. Here is an example in the passive. I was warned not to touch anything. Okay, next, C. There are two possible structures after this verb. Compare. The first, verb+ing without an object. Example, I will not advise staying at that hotel. They don't allow smoking in this. They don't allow you to smoke in this building. The second, verb plus object plus infinitive. Example, I will not advise you to stay at that hotel. They don't allow you to smoke in this building. The next, D, make and let. This verb have the structure verb plus base from do, read, etc. Example, I only did it because they made me do it. Do not use to after make and let, but in the passive make is followed by to do. Example, I only did it because I was made to do it. And then number 4, infinitive or ing. First, like, would like, etc. A. After these verbs and expression, you can use ing or the infinitive. Example, she can't stand being alone, or she can't stand to be alone. B. After this verb, you can use ing but not the infinitive. Example, I enjoy being alone, not enjoy to be. C. Would like is followed by infinitive. Example, I would like to be rich. D. You can also say, I would like to have done something. Like example, it's too bad we didn't visit Tom. I would like to have seen him again. And next, number 5, infinitive or ing. The second, begin, start, continue, remember, and try. A. Some verb can usually be followed by ing or the infinitive. So you can say, the baby began crying, or the baby began to cry. B. Remember to do and remember doing. You remember to do something before you do it. Remember to do something is the opposite of forget to do something. Example, I remembered to lock the door before I left, but I forgot to shut the windows. And other example, you remember doing something after you do it. I remember doing something. It's the same like I did something and now I remember it. The next is C. Try to do and try doing. Try to do, attempt to do, make an effort to do. Example, I was very tired. I tried to keep my eyes open, but I could not. Next, try doing. Try also means do something as an experiment or test. Example, we tried every hotel in town, but they were all full. If try is followed by a verb, we say trying. I can find anywhere to live. Why don't you try putting an ad in the newspaper? Do this to see if it helps you to find a place to live. And then number 6, preposition plus ing. A. If a verb comes after a preposition in, at, with, about, etc., the verb ends in ing. Study this example. Look at in the table. B. You can use ing with before and after. Like before going out, I called Ann. You can also say before I went out, I blah blah blah. What did you do after leaving school? You can also say after you left school. And next, C. You can use by ing to say how something happened. Example, you can improve your English by doing a lot of reading. D. You can use ing after without. Example, Jim left without finishing his dinner. And A, to is a part of the infinitive. Example, they decided to go out. And the last, number 7, verb plus preposition plus ing. A, many verbs have the structure verb plus preposition plus object. For example, talk about, we talk about the problem, and the problem is the object. If the object is another verb, it ends in ing. We talk about going to Japan. Verb plus P plus ing. B. This verb have the structure verb plus object plus preposition plus ing. Example, we stopped everyone from leaving the building. Okay guys, that's all from me. I hope you understand and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.